All right, haves and have not fans, you're not going to believe this, but I was in the middle of recording a video pretty much talking about why the season premiere last week was a bust, why it really didn't go over well with fans, based off of the comments on the review I did, also during the live stream and whatnot. And I was about 13 minutes in and I was like, you know what, I'm talking about nothing. I'm just rambling. I cut myself off before putting out an unnecessarily long video. And the point of the video, I got to like the 12-minute mark and I realized, hold up now. We have 7 episodes left. 7 episodes left. So I believe July 20th is the final episode of the show, which somebody else, followed up and reminded me that, yeah, Jeremy, you were kind of second guessing yourself in one of the videos, but you're right. The haves and the have-nots is officially coming to an end the same day the Oval is coming back for the back half of season 2. That's going to be an interesting day. I'll cross that bridge on how to handle reviews and whatnot when I get there. But we know that the back half of season 7 is what we're watching now due to reshoots and whatnot. And these episodes we're getting now are what were originally supposed to be the end of the show a season ago. We're in like quote unquote season 8 part 2, which is originally season 7 part 2, which should have been the end. So I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But during the video I was recording, I just couldn't get the "If Loving You Is Wrong" ending out of my mind because of how that show just came to a rushed, sloppy, incomplete finish. And I was thinking, we have a lot of people out there who want Candace and Charles back together no matter what, despite the fact I feel like they aren't a good mix and the fact that Candace doesn't deserve a happy ending. And I was thinking about how this premiere episode gave us a whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of time wasted on the Justin, Jeffrey, Madison stuff. And then next week, it definitely feels like we're going to get more scenes like this, with Tanner and Jeffrey talking about Justin and then Colby going over to Veronica's house and possibly being killed. But either way, I'm just thinking to myself, when we go to the promo, I did the video on that. And side note, in my recent uploads, I increased the volume of my playback volume. Typically, I use a 6 point on the gain, but in the season, the video I did last week, the final season trailer breakdown, the trailer we got after the first episode, and it was like 30 seconds long. A lot of people were saying that the volume was too low, and I said, okay, I was using the same volume I checked, so I decided to bump it up a point. If I do it too much, you'll get static and bad feedback, so let me know if the volume is strong on this one. That way I know to do a 7 instead of a 6. But I was thinking, the only Charles scene we got was him smiling and shaking someone's hand. And of course, we got the Landon and Candace scene, which we got in the trailer for next week. Like, don't do anything stupid. Get me off the no-fly list immediately. What if Charles and Candace never reunite? I'm being completely realistic. I'm just saying, because Veronica and Catherine did that interview a few days ago. Somebody sent me the clip and I put up the video for it last Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, yep, they pretty much said, if you're looking for like everything to be resolved, every storyline to be concluded, that's not going to happen, but we're going to dial up the drama. And I'm like, yep. Think about it, guys. The Charles and Candace storyline isn't the biggest be-all, end-all storyline of the series. In my opinion, that's always been the showdown between Jim and Candace, which definitely appears to be more the Jim and Hannah showdown of the series. And I'm just thinking about the fact that, look at If Loving You Was Wrong. In the first episode, oh, Alex, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Your breasts are bigger. You're eating a lot. And then the beginning of the second episode, she takes a pregnancy test and discovers she is pregnant. And then from there, it's like, who did you cheat on me with, Alex? Wait, Randall isn't the father? Who's the father? And then we get to the final episode. Guess what? We never know. What was the final season's tagline? Who is Alex? Well, we never found out who the baby daddy was. Now, all I'm saying is, if this first episode is an indication, I definitely don't think we'll get any Candace and Charles. I honestly don't. Because what did Charles say? He went to the hotel room. Candace just walked out. Landon was like, well, sir, what are we going to do? Are you okay? No, just give her some time. She'll come around. Basically, he was like Steve Urkel from Family Matters. I'm wearing you down, baby. I'm wearing you down. And it's just like, we don't have time for this. There's only 7 episodes left. I mean, when are these two going to see each other again? I mean, some people have been speculating that one scene in the trailer where Candace is spooked because somebody popped up in her hotel room. Was that Charles? Was that somebody? I mean, was it Charles? Is it Mitch? Is it a Malone? Remember that Scott and Kyle are trying to kill her? Is it somebody sent by them? Is it a Keel? There are just so many people after Candace right now that I'm just like, with only 7 episodes left, I don't really know what's going to happen. The only thing we know for sure is that shit's going to hit the fan between Candace, Mitch, and the Malones. And, well, basically Hannah's kids, Mitch, and the Malones. And that's it. You know, unless Charles saves her or something, I think either Candace is going to die or we're not going to get resolution on the Candace and Charles storyline. Because, like I said before, look at what the first episode did. We spent so much time on just these ridiculous plot points that don't matter in the grand scheme of things. And I think we're really going to move forward with my original theory, which I'm kind of excited to see, that we're probably going to see one death or one or more deaths per episode. And that's really going to make this series just something else in itself. Honestly, I wish it was 9 episodes instead of just 8, even though 8 is my favorite number, because I think it will hold true to the whole, 9 lives like a cat, because Tyler Lepley did that interview back in like 2019 or something for a TV1 movie he was doing. And he's like, oh yeah, we're wrapping up the haves and the have-nots. And it's like, everybody's on their ninth. I mean, if the show was like a bag of cats, everybody's on their like, their 9th life. It felt like when Mark Ruffalo spoiled Avengers Infinity War, and he's like, oh yeah, everybody dies. It's like, wait, I don't think I was supposed to say that. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, because that preview alone has me thinking, oh yeah, nobody's safe. Anybody could be killed off and that'll be a wrap. So it just feels like if we're moving at the same pacing, and again, I could be wrong here, but unless we have some sort of time skip epilogue or something, I honestly don't see Charles and Candace getting back together, let alone, the whole pregnancy thing. I mean, 7 episodes. Like, look, I get it. There are fans who want these two together. I'm personally not one of them, but just tell me, for real, tell me. Don't tell me what you hope will happen. Just look at what we got last week for that premiere. Look at what we got last week, and tell me with a straight face that you think, oh yeah, 7 episodes left. Tyler Perry's he's gonna pull through. He's gonna get these two back together. How? Like, I know people who are rooting for Candace and Mitch. Look, with the Malones coming after them, I highly doubt Candace is going to want to have anything to do with Mitch, because that means it will involve his family, and we don't even know if they're going to make it out of this alive. And if the Malones kill her brother, my theory about that is in the trailer breakdown. I know damn sure she ain't going to want to have anything to do with Mitch. Now, there are those who think that Mitch could be the father of the baby. I think that's horse crap, because these two have never had sex on screen, that is, recently. And it's like, well, Jeremy, off screen, that would be an ass pull, and I would hate it. It would be as bad. Well, even though I didn't like the idea of Ian just randomly potentially being Alex's baby daddy, which we never got confirmed, at least there was a backstory to it. And you could argue, well, Jeremy, what about when, we learned about Candace and Mitch that was high school. These two never hooked up on screen. And I say this loosely, in the past month or so in the timeline of the show. So no, it doesn't make sense to me at all. But I feel like I'm talking in circles in this video, but I just want to, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, if you will, but just think about the reality of, I honestly don't think we're going to get a proper, I know for a fact we're not getting a proper conclusion, because the cast members stated that to be true. But in regards to one of the biggest storylines of the series, which is Charles and Candace, I think Candace might be dead. I'm going to put it out. Based on the preview where we got, Hannah creeping through the halls and confronting Jim in the bathroom, I think these two are going to come to a face-off because they lost it all. And that's going to be a wrap. And I'll do a separate video about that myself. But I think Candace is going to die. But I don't know. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I know a lot of people want me to be wrong on this because they want Candace and Charles to be in game, but I don't know. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I know I didn't even promote myself at the beginning of the video because I just had to jump into this one. Go ahead and, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content on the channel. Follow me on social media, and if you would like to donate, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.